This is Tony with ARTY today.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. How are you doing today?
Pretty good.
Good.
How are you?
Not too bad. It's a nice day. That's good.
It's an amazing day in New York.
It's good. It's good for the album release, right? It's nice weather.
Yeah.
Don't want any rain or anything like that.
I love rains.
Though
I love rains.
Yeah?
So it would be not bad.
You do?
No, I mean I love rains when I'm sitting at home and like can get the blanket and get like
producing and stuff.
Yeah.
It's good producing weather. Good. So the album comes out October 9th. How does this album differ from all the other EPs, all the other projects you've done? How does the sound from this album differ from anything
musically
else?
it's totally different.
Yeah.
It's like you have the core of the tracks, so I started to work on this in 2013, and while I've been working on this album for these 2 years, my perspective on the music changed a lot because there was like so many new styles and like so many new inspirations, like so many great albums came out for this year and everything. Every part of the things that I listened to kind of inspired me in some way to do something on my album in a little bit different way. So I didn't want to do the album in one style, so it can people can feel like, oh, okay, that's the album sounds like. But for me, it was way more important to do the albums like in completely different styles, but to have this album sounds as one piece of the music at the same time. So that's this was really exciting idea, but the most challenging idea that I actually faced in my life before. Okay,
so it has like a lot of different sounds, but it all comes together.
It definitely all comes together. Like sonically, it sounds kind of the same. You definitely can draw the line from track to track, which is really important. And every track has a story behind it. And every track has like personal story, because if it doesn't matter if it's a song or if it's an instrumental track. Every track has like meaningful kind of message, and that was another part why this album for me is such an important milestone, I would say.
That's good.
In my life.
What besides I know that there's the two anticipated singles, "Glorious" and "Waste Your Time." Is there any other song on your album that you really resonated with you when you made the album?
They all resonated in some way. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, every track from 14 tracks that I have on my album, they just said you before, as I said to you before, every track has such a big meaning for me, because every track has something like in the background, like why I made this track or that track, why the lyrics were written that way, or why this track has that type of the melodies, because I wanted to create the album that would actually impact the people in some way, like would inspire them, or they would feel like a certain way, or they would take it like in a different way that I take. That would be even way better. But the main thing, I guess, like people should feel something. It's like you definitely wanna have some reaction on the music that you have on an album. So it doesn't mean something for the people. So you didn't waste 2 years on an album, right? You
get inspired. Some people I know a lot of people that I've talked to that are anticipating the album. They're excited for. Just to see different instruments you've used or different synths you've used and stuff like that. What's your?
It's more like sound design question.
Sound design.
Yeah.
What's your what do you use mostly to make a lot of your music? What program do you use?
Well, comparing to my usual tracks that we've released before, there's a lot of sampling. There's a lot of different different samples that I was using. Really different way, but at the same time I was using a lot of unusual synthesizers.
Okay.
I know not that many people using Alchemy. It's a great DSC. It's it's still a synthesizer, but it has a lot of audio sounds as well, so we can combine them. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool thing that gives you more, not a straight sound, but more atmospheric sounds, a lot of blocks, a lot of pads and stuff like that. It's pretty cool synth. And what else? I mean, there's just some synths that less than 1 megabyte, which you would never think that they can sound so great. It's one of the tracks that I made that sounds really that funky. It's it's the whole track made of the synths.
Yeah.
And it feels so like fat because like it's such a big instrument if you can use it in a right way.
The right
and it's
way.
like being made like somewhere in Japan or it's crazy.
It's crazy how you can, you know, all the different styles of stuff, the different synths you can
Yeah.
use, and the way you can create to make like either one sound or just a mass sounds that come to a common ground. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and one of the tracks that I finished for the album is called Wicked. Is like it's a mixing of like rock music with the trap as well. It's like
A little bit of
has
trappy.
a lot of like the hi hats, like the certain rhythm that the trap music would use.
Like the snares and the
Yeah, exactly. But it
Yeah.
has nothing to do with the trap music.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like
But you
it's
get
really
that-
rocky. But you actually, that's the coolest thing about like the making music because it can be so so diverse in terms of like how you use an instruments in a certain way and like yeah, trap music is really like influencing at the moment. But
Yeah.
I don't really like want to do that because it's not
Yeah.
a my thing. But try to fit one of the parts into your production. That's kind of really cool.
Yeah,
And that's
it's-
what you want to do. And
to
that's
see
what
your
you-
style of that.
Yeah, and that's
like,
what you make more. I guess that you make more better sound designer and more creative person at the same time. So like definitely can involve your sound into something new. See how it goes.
That's interesting. I know I talked to a bunch of different artists, and a lot of people either, you know, they work on sound design or they like to focus on their melodies. You know, like and I heard that from a lot of people they like their melodies over sound design. And people are, how do you feel about that?
I would focus on melodies.
You felt your
because that's
melody?
the thing. Yeah, I mean every track that I made it was born
In the
from
lo-
here,
yeah.
like in my head, and after I would like take it from my head to the project and see how it goes from there. I obviously love sound design.
Yeah.
You would never be able to do anything cool and great and something that would satisfy you if you would be good in sound design.
Okay.
Nobody's good in sound design like from the beginning, but you have to learn yourself and you have to learn all this like new instruments and new plugins and new like effects and getting all this like new sample packs to try and find something like cool and different. Like you download like the huge sample pack, but you find one thing,
yeah.
and it's definitely worth it because you found it.
Yeah.
And it's just
You work
like,
with that
yeah,
one
it's-
little.
Exactly, it's exploring, it's discovering, and it definitely help you growing as a musician, as an artist at the same time.
It's interesting. How long have you been working on this album?
2 years.
2 years? Culmination of 2 years of work?
Combination of 2 years of really
Intense.
complicated times, intense times, great
Yeah.
times, like really inspirational moments, really like sad moments at the same time because like life is full of
Yeah.
different things. And
That's the best things come out of that. It's all the
yeah,
different
exactly.
emotions.
That's like it's printed on the album really well because like the album has for some reason it's weird because like the track order in the album is pretty much what time that every track was made.
Okay. So
some
you
of
could
the-
see that in.
you can not like you can see it, you can
Feel it, feel it,
that's-
yeah.
That's like the coolest thing. Some of the tracks that like some of the like last tracks that I finished they would be like in the middle, but like overall you can go like from the top to the bottom and you can see like me changing.
You
as
know
artist.
that's
Of
that's
course.
interesting. I like that a lot. Where you could feel how you felt when you were making the music, or how we could feel how you felt as we're listening to the,
Oh
to
yeah,
the track.
yeah.
That's
And you can definitely see the line of me
Progression.
going from like one style to another style, jumping to
I like
another
that.
style, and that like sonically would be still like the same artist behind these tracks, and this is really important thing too.
what was your favorite genre that you were, you know, like you said, you throw this style and this style. What was your favorite one that you threw in there that you're not like comfortable with, that you actually really enjoyed?
Most of them.
Yeah?
I mean, that's the coolest thing when you're taking yourself out of the comfort zone and trying to do something different. That's where you get the most inspiration from because you never did this music before, and that's the greatest thing about the album because it gives you like freedom and diversity to be actually diverse and try yourself into the new things and see how good you are or how bad you are. And I think it's actually really hard to describe or claim most of the tracks in terms of like the particular style or
Okay,
genre.
it's hard, yeah.
I wouldn't. Yeah, it's really hard to do so for most of the tracks, but that's the beauty. Like together they make sense.
You pick it out too, and like almost dissect the songs and see, where that style came from here and where it went there. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm thinking about it right now. I'm trying to think
play it back in your head.
I'm playing back in my head. It's like how I would describe this sound or style, what I would call it, and the only one thing goes to my mind is probably just electronic music.
Yeah, just in general,
I mean, I would never.
Yeah.
It's hard to classify it. Basically, it's impossible to classify.
I love that though. The diversity, where you can appeal to a mass amount of crowds, not just one. You can get a lot of different emotions out in the crowds of people. That's got to be great to see that too.
That's the whole point of it.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I know that you guys have a lot of shows coming up. You're starting the tour out at Webster Hall for the release of the album. Do you have? I know you guys have a lot of things coming out for like special guests and everything like that. Are you excited for? Is there anybody that's coming out that you're like really good friends with in the music scene? Someone that's going to come?
Oh, there's the whole people who come from my show, they're my good friends.
Yeah.
That's like the whole point of making this tour, because you want to share it. You want to share the mutual feeling, and like you ought to have a mutual feeling with people coming for the show because they know what they're coming for, and that's awesome. That's really cool.
That's cool.
Because you can be on the same wave with them.
That's awesome.
With the people, and you feel the same about the music that you like, and that's like the best.
The people that saw you grow, and the people that have been there, and the people that you helped, and it's just nice. It's nice. I like that about the scene now. It's like, a couple of years ago, or maybe like 10 years ago, like it was a really cutthroat business, and a lot of people were fighting to get more exposure, this and that. And now it's just like you see a lot of artists are just helping each other out, and they play each other's music, and people are friendly, and it's not like. It's all like it's like a family of people now, It's nice. It's nice to see. It's refreshing to see how people work together instead of just.
And everything pretty much depends on you.
Yeah.
Like how much music you want to put out, that's the amount of music that you're going to put out, and how many friends you want to have in this business, that's just your decision, and you totally open-minded, you totally free to. Browse and discover the new things and new styles and try it out, because fans not going to give you the bad a heavy time about this. Where's the trance, where's the progressive house? I guess 2015 is not about that anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not about the styles, it's about the good music.
That's true. I mean, I go to a lot of these events and I see people, and sometimes I hear people in the crowd and they're just like, oh, why aren't they playing their old stuff? Why aren't they? It's like, liking that person for the first music you like them for, it's not, you don't just like that music, you know what I mean? Like you have to grow with them. You have to see their new stuff. You have to see things that they try, things that they love to do. It's not just all about what they started with, it's about progression of an artist too.
The thing with the old stuff, it's gonna be hit or miss, but you can make it up to do some new mashups, make a new shape, which would make sense because people loved the track in a back then, and they were loving it for such a long time. They didn't hear it for a long time in a live set, and now they hear it oh, dude, that was amazing.
Yeah. Do you do that a lot?
Yeah, that's
where you take a song that you've had a long time ago and you just rework it a little bit.
I was doing lately a lot. I'm playing so many tracks from my 2011, 2012, and such a great response because you can mix it with the new things.
Yeah,
it's great.
That's cool. That's interesting. I like that a lot. Is there anything else that you want to talk about that's upcoming? Any places that you've been to, like any places on the tour stop that you're really excited to go back to, or any new places on the tour that you haven't been to yet?
Well, we'll have a launch and a show for Webster Hall.
Yeah,
and that's gonna be the show where it's gonna be a showcase for the album.
Yeah.
And I love New York. I love being here, and that's one of my favorite cities in the world. And
that's awesome.
That's pretty exciting. Even I'm here in New York, I'm so excited about the show, and we're doing so many great things with different people here and there, and doing class days. And after that, I'm just gonna focus on production again because I have a bunch of the remixes that I have to finish, and there's just more and more coming up, and I'm pretty excited about that. There's more tracks coming out as well. I'm gonna expand myself into the new direction and see where I want to move next.
Okay, awesome. All right.
Awesome.
All right. So this is Tony with ARTY. Take care, guys.
Thanks, man.